Hi guys, we love you here. I'm going to redo the video that I did of Timothy Ray Jones, as it may have offended a few people and it was in good intentions, but I'm just going to redo it and leave a few things out that I did in the last video. So that video is no longer available. Timothy Ray Jones is accused of killing his 5 children and dumping their bodies in Alabama back in 2014. Jury selection in the South Carolina's most horrific crimes in modern times. The mass slaying of 5 young children in Lexington County of the brothers and sisters. The jury selection is to begin on the April the 29th. Timothy Jones Jr., 37, is charged with 5 counts of murder in this case. Jones has been held in Lexington County Detention Center since his arrest back in September 2014, within days of the killing. Now, this is a case that's been ongoing for the last year, since 2014, and is just coming to trial. So many of you may have forgotten this case, but I am bringing it back to light because it is an ongoing case, and it is finally coming to trial, and there is going to be some justice given to this man. The jury selection could take weeks. It could take weeks. We don't know how long it will take, as the lawyers fight between themselves, I guess, There is gag orders on this case, and a gag order for the last years, but it's coming to trial, and which is a good thing. It's finally going to be over, and justice is going to be served. It has been a long time coming. So this will be a case to watch if you're interested in this crime. It does say, because when they were going to try this guy and trying to get a jury selection, the defense attorneys made a motion to seal proceedings. The judge approved the motion and said he was excluding the press to help ensure the selection is untainted, an untainted jury. Closing courtrooms in criminal proceedings is extremely rare. U.S. Supreme Court's decisions place a high value on openness of American courts, and say that judges have other ways to ensure untainted jurors. Those include questioning prospective jurors about what they have heard and read about this case. So when Jones was stopped by the police in Mississippi on September the 6th, 2014, for driving under the influence, police found in Jones' car blood and handwritten notes on how to kill. After being arrested, Jones led police to 5 children's body. Children's age range from 8, 7, 6, 2, and 1. in a rural area in Alabama. He transported the bodies from Lexington County to the site in plastic garbage bags, the police said. Evidence in the case indicates Jones had killed his children on August the 28th, 2014, after picking them up from school and daycare. All the killings took place at the children's home at 2155-B South Lake Drive in Red Bank, Royal Lexington County. That's what the records say. So there's a little bit more information on that part. Records in Lexington County Courthouse filed by Jones' defense team say that Jones will use the defense of not guilty by reason of insanity. That defense is rarely used in South Carolina. So on this case, there might be a lot of gag orders, and we don't know how much we're going to see of this trial. But we just want justice for these 5 children. Obviously, these 5 children were being taken care of by who knows who. And maybe the parents weren't the right people to have their children in custody at that time. Now, the custody was given to the father. And the children were in his care at the time of the murders. Now, we don't know whose fault it was for these children to be in the care of the father, but they were placed in his care. And he had a lot of issues and has been in trouble before on different counts, like, car theft and drinking under the influence. But the social services and the courts gave the children to him for God knows what reason. But that's not really the case right now. The case is that these children are dead, and the father is responsible for this. Even though he may plead the insanity plea, he is guilty of this, and he did it. But this man is innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. But he did confess that he did it. He took the police to the bodies, and there were handwritten notes. There was blood in the car, and he did say why. He said the children were out to kill him, and they're going to feed him to the dogs. I mean, he said a few things, but as these people have a gag order and things are sealed in this case, we don't know too much about the case, and that's why it hasn't been in the news, because it's been so long waiting for the trial, and he has obviously not been talking. So we're just bringing this case to light, that it is coming to trial, and it will be a case to watch. So guys, let's have your comments, and let's have a reasonable conversation and discussion about this with no hate comments. We don't need no hate comments. I mean, when people try to do a good deed, it goes wrong. So mixed communication was happening in my last video. So that's why I'm doing this video again. So thanks guys, and thank you for stopping by.